Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for November. Happy birthday to all of you Scorpios that have a birthday this week. I am going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Scorpio out there, so guys, take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Please keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Scorpio, get in where you fit in. But as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you're starting out with the Hermit. You have the Two of Wands and the Page of Wands in the reverse. Ooh, so you've pulled back here. Yeah, you're making plans. Some of you are making plans to travel, which would make sense since we're going into the Thanksgiving season. But I feel like you have a choice here to make, and you're kind of pulling back in order to make that choice, to do some soul searching, to figure out, you know, is there a spark here? Is there not? Page of Wands is in the reverse. A lot of you may be not open to a new connection or new connections in general. I don't really see you going out a whole lot. I see you kind of keeping to yourself, Scorpio. Let's see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Scorpio's energy. All right, so the person in your energy has the Eight of Cups, Seven of Coins, and the Three of Swords. Oh, somebody is heartbroken. Somebody is definitely heartbroken here. This person feels that they've invested in this connection. Either you've walked away or they have. They may be feeling like they have to walk away from this. But regardless, they're heartbroken here. They want to invest in this connection. So let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Yeah, the Queen of Cups in the reverse. There's feelings here, but neither party is expressing those feelings or emotions. You may be pulling back, trying to figure out if you actually have feelings for this person. Let me see what's affecting this connection. You could be dealing with a Pisces, another Scorpio, or a Cancer sign. Show me what's affecting this connection. Page of Cups reversed. Yeah, I feel like you have made the decision that this is not your person. And the person in your energy feels that they have to walk away from this, but it's painful for them to do so because they really do want to invest in this. They see you as a good investment, but I feel like the choice is really yours, Scorpio. And I feel like for some reason you may not be feeling it. You may not be feeling it. You may have ghosted this person as well, or they could have walked away and they're ghosting you. There's definitely this energy of one of you having walked away. Let me see the outcome for Scorpio. The end of the week. Oh, the Tower moment. I feel like you're turning this person down, Scorpio. This does look like someone newer in your energy. I do feel like you've decided that this is not the person for you. And I do feel like you gave this a lot of thought, but I feel it's going to cause a Tower moment. Yeah, there's a Tower moment coming. Bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius here. So let's clarify your reading. As an underlying energy, though, with this King of Swords, I do feel like this is honest communication. It's very direct, very honest, but sometimes brutally honest. So let's see why the Hermit is here for Scorpio. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords reversed, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So you're recovering from something that was a very painful ending. You felt betrayed on some level. I see you kind of putting up this wall, you know, withdrawing your energy, trying to find answers. I feel like you're also possibly trying to avoid heartbreak as well in this situation. You definitely have kind of this energy that you've kind of put a wall around your heart. You're just not emotionally available in this connection. And I feel like you're slowly moving away from this. Why is the Two of Wands here? All right, so we have the Three of Coins. You could work with this person. You don't have to. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. You're working on your own stability. You've made a decision that you need to work on your own stability. So I do see you working on self, working on your finances, your money. And with the Queen of Wands, I feel like you're not taking any action towards this person. I am getting the feeling here that you just feel that you don't have the emotions or the passion for this person. And so you're choosing to kind of move in another direction. Let me see why the Page of Wands is in reverse. Why is the Page of Wands in reverse for Scorpio? Yeah, you don't want to put effort into it. All right, we have the Eight of Coins reverse, and we have the Star card in reverse. You may feel like it's not a balanced situation, particularly if you do work with this person, that you're maybe feeling that that can cause problems for you in the workplace. I feel like you don't feel like it's a balanced situation, and there is something here that you're still healing from. So I feel like you just are not interested in this connection. And this person's going to be very heartbroken about that. Let me look at their energy. Why is the Eight of Cups here? Why is the Eight of Cups here for the person in Scorpio's energy? Queen of Swords in the reverse. More of that air sign energy, and the Six of Wands. Yeah, so this person feels like the two of you could have made a successful couple. There could have been a lot of success here. You might be dealing with somebody who is in the public eye in some form, and so therefore they don't readily show their affections. But I do feel like this person feels that either they walked away and cut you out and you felt betrayed by that, or you may have walked away from them and cut them out, and now you're slowly moving forward. I feel like the two of you were just exploring the idea of this relationship, and they thought it would work out. They thought everything would be great, but then I do see one of you walking away. Let me see why the Seven of Cups. This person could feel that there's some dishonesty involved with this. They could be angry about it. Let me see why the Seven of Coins is here. Page of Pentacles reverse and the Ten of Cups reverse. They're very unhappy. Yeah, I feel like you've turned this person down, and they don't really understand why. They don't know why. So I feel like they're very unhappy. They could even be a little angry about the situation because they feel like they were investing in it. They saw you as a good investment, a situation that the two of you could be very successful together, but then they were turned down. Let me see why the Three of Swords is here. This, again, I'm feeling like this is a newer connection. This doesn't look like somebody that's from your deep past. Ace of Cups and Temperance in reverse. Yeah, so they realize that you've pulled back. They want this relationship, and this is why they're heartbroken. See, they thought that the two of you made a good match, that, you know, this would be a love affair to end all love affairs. This is somebody who, you know, really wanted this connection. So now they know that they have to heal themselves because they're really heartbroken. They're unhappy. But I feel like you're the one who's made the decision here, Scorpio, that this is just not for you. This is going to cause that tower moment for them because they really did want this connection. But they're going to have to pull back and heal that energy. Let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Like I said, I feel like you're just not feeling it. You're not feeling like this is the connection for you. All right, so Four of Cups in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, this person could have recently ended a relationship. They may have recently walked away from somebody else, or they could have recently gotten divorced. There's some sort of an ending that this person has had. I feel like you may have been ignoring this person. I feel like I feel like you're viewing this as, okay, well, I explored the idea of this there, but this is just not the relationship for me. And I feel like you're moving forward. This person is going to feel that there's a loss. Now, when I say this is a new connection, new can vary. You could have been exploring this connection for a week, for a month, for 6 months, but this is a newer person. And I do feel like you're like, no, this is not the connection for me. They disagree with that. They thought it would be very successful. So they're feeling a loss. Why is the Page of Cups in reverse? Six of Swords reversed. And the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. So once you pulled back from this, they don't understand why. Why is Scorpio not investing? Why is Scorpio not wanting to be in this connection? And it's obvious to me that you don't. You may feel that there's something chaotic within this, particularly if you work with this person. I'm seeing that again for some of you. Of course, not everybody. But I feel like you just don't feel the passion for this person. So you're like, no, I'm not moving forward with this. This is not where my peace is. This is not the right connection for me. So I do feel like they're very disappointed. And they may feel like their time has been wasted, which it hasn't. But I have to tell you from their perspective, it hasn't, because you were exploring this option and you have every right to do that. Just because this person thinks it's going to be successful, you have to know what's in your heart. Let me see this Tower. Show me the outcome. Oh, where did that card go? For heaven's sakes. I can't even find it, guys. Oh, there it is. It flew onto a shelf and into a cup, which is very interesting. Judgment in reverse. Interesting. Show me the outcome for Scorpio and this person. All right, so we have the Chariot, we have Judgment in the reverse, and we have the King of Cups reversed. Water sign energy, like I said earlier. You could also be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Most of the signs, Sagittarius is here. Most of the signs are represented. Don't get too hung up in the signs. There's going to be a Tower moment because you're making a judgment call, and that judgment call is that this is not the person for you. I see you moving forward. I feel like you feel this is not a balanced situation. You know that you still have healing to do regarding something else, and you are in that process of healing. I feel like you don't want to put the effort into this, and you're going to be moving forward, making that judgment call that this is not for you. It will constitute a Tower moment for this person. It could cause you to feel a little guilt. I don't think you have a reason to feel guilty. You definitely are being honest with this person. And, if you're the cross watcher, you would want this person to tell you how they feel now, not later. So with the King of Cups in the reverse, this person's going to pull back as well. I will say that for most of you, this is just a newer relationship that didn't work out. So this person was willing to go all the way into this connection. They thought it was going to be successful. They don't really comprehend or understand why you don't have the same feelings, or maybe they're not willing to accept that. But I do see that this is not coming together, and this person's going to really kind of pull back. It looks like this is a karmic connection because you have both the Queen and the King of Cups in the reverse. And so that tells me that there's a karmic lesson that's likely being learned here in some manner, either for you or the other person. And I do feel like it's going to cause more of a Tower moment for this person than it is for you. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. This could have come together, that's underlying energy, so this could have come together really quickly. It could have started out as a physical connection that, you know, you were trying to examine, you know, was this the right connection for you? And ultimately, you may have decided it was not. But I do see you being honest with this person, and I do see them being honest with you. There could be more communication. I would have liked to have seen more direct communication than, you know, like maybe if we'd gotten the Ace of Swords here. But I do feel like you're making every effort to be honest and direct. So let me pull. And I feel like you're kind of taking your power back, you know, here by making this decision and being clear about it. So let me see if there's any further advice for you, Scorpio. I also feel like this is your decision. You know, it looks to me as if you're the one who's saying, no, this isn't the right way for me. All right, so you have number 39, and it says 2 hearts. So let's read that. Give me a second. It says, give and receive love. The girl had a love of all the jungle creatures and felt relieved that, with the aid of her elephant companion, she was able to find the lost cub. In the heat of the afternoon, the trio made their way along the trail, sheltered from the sun by the shade of the parasol. She relaxed, knowing that the cub would soon be reunited with her mother and the rest of her pride. Love is recognized as one of the most basic human needs. Love takes on many forms and is experienced in different ways by different people. It involves a mixture of feelings that may include attraction, attachment, affection, and need. Everybody needs to feel loved and be loved in order to lead a healthy and fulfilling life. When we experience love, we may benefit from an improved ability to cope with life's stresses, less risk of depression, increased self-esteem, and a longer life expectancy. And then there's a quote here from the Beatles, and it says, and in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Okay. But it has to come from the heart. So, you know, Scorpio, if you're not feeling it for this person, then, you know, that's understandable. It opens your way for the love that you are experiencing or, you know, that is right for you. So, anyway, I hope that this has been helpful and given you some clarity in this situation. If you have enjoyed this reading and it's resonated with you, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you desire and have the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Scorpio, know that you are loved, and namaste.